Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And you've got a High Priestess here. This is a dawning of the psychic light. This is a waxing moon, or a full moon even. This is the widening of the psychic aperture. This is an opening of the third eye. Okay. This is an increase in your psychic perception. Now, I feel that you're somebody who, I think sometimes you can get caught up in your work, caught up in the sort of the daily grind, the sort of hectic life that we all live, you know. And sometimes we need to slow down in order to receive the messages from Spirit. Okay, or from your higher genius, your true self, God, Goddess, deity, guardian angel, spirit guide, ancestor, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes I think that that message, that voice, that little voice that we need to hear gets sort of crowded out by some of the other energies in life, right? So it's front and center right now. And I think you have a very strong connection with Spirit. You have a very strong sort of psychic energy, you know. Probably have a very strong spiritual practice. You probably do, you know, your own tarot readings or other forms of divination. You have a very strong energy about you. Okay, I think right now it needs to become the focus. I think right now there is a very important message that Spirit is trying to convey to you. Okay, let's put this card into some context, right? I feel that you're also, like, you have a very strong intuition. And I just wonder, like, why this is sort of, why this is coming out as the very first card. It's kind of saying, like, listen to your intuition. Yeah. Well, let's see what else is going on here. Now we've got, okay, all right, a Prince of Cups. I don't know if there's a Scorpio person in your life. Okay, Princess of Swords, Adjustment, Three of Pentacles, Hierophant. Okay, Five of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, the Art or Temperance card, and Six of Cups. Very nice. I like the Six of Cups for sure because it shows that there is pleasure, that there is harmony, that there is tranquility after trouble. Okay, after some kind of disagreement or confusion or worry. Okay, I think this is very good, but I feel that there's somebody close to you that you're having some difficulty with. Okay, and they might be a water sign person, they might be a Scorpio, but maybe not. Okay, because sometimes the Prince of Cups is, it's like somebody that we can't really read, you know. This is somebody that tends to put out the same kind of energy that they're taking in. And so it's maybe difficult for you to really see who they are, you know, authentically. To really peer inside of them and say, okay, I know this person, I trust this person. Like, you're trying to listen to your intuition, but it's just like there's some sort of fog here. There's not the clarity that we really want with this person. I don't know who they are, if it's it doesn't even feel like it's romantic. It feels like it might be a coworker. It feels like it might be some kind of a business deal, or even, I don't know, even some kind of a legal matter, maybe. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. It's going to go right here with Tiny Bob Ross. Happy little Bob. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. All right. Now let's take a look around the room, because we have an interesting flow of major arcana energies. And it is Adjustment, High Priestess, and Hierophant, right? And it's, to me, it's kind of, it's you, I think, wanting to go with the flow. I feel like you really want things to run smoothly. If this is a work thing, which it very well might be, right? Especially with we have the Pentacle cards here. It feels like it might be a work flow here, where you just want to maintain the function. You want to maintain the progress. You want to continue with the success in this, if it's your job or your own business or whatever you're doing. Really, it doesn't have to be. Work. And now let me just say, when I say work, it's not limited to just your employment or what you do for money. Work is whatever you're burning calories doing every day. Okay, it could be school. It could be volunteering. It could be whatever. Doesn't matter how old you are. You could be a teenager. You could be in your 90s or 100s, right? Doesn't matter. But with the Hierophant here in the future position, I feel like you're trying to just establish something and have it working and have it flowing. You want it to be smooth. You don't want there to be a lot of stress here. Okay? This is a commitment that you've made, or this is a group that you're involved with, or an institution or organization that you're involved with. Okay? And you want, of course, you want this harmony. You want this tranquility. You want it to run smoothly, right? Makes perfect sense. But there is someone there that your intuition is kind of telling you, keep an eye on this person. There's something not right here. There's something going on. Yeah. And I feel like you're trying to, with the air energy here, maybe trying to avoid what your intuition is telling you about that person for the sake of I just want everything to be tranquil. I want everybody to get along. I don't want to break the peace. But the card we don't want is the Art or Temperance card, the pressure cooker. We don't want to feel that this is a challenging life lesson kind of situation. I don't want to be tested. I don't want this to be a learning moment, or a teachable moment. I don't want this to be the pressure cooker. I want things to just run smoothly so that you can do other things, So in a way, I wonder if we're trying to find reasons to not listen to our intuition about somebody because we just don't want to deal with that nonsense. We don't want to be in that challenging, fiery sort of, pressure cooker sort of situation. So we don't want this card, and that's why this card's in the position of what you don't want, right? We also don't have any fire in the reading. There's no fire cards, right? No wands. And that's because you don't want to have to fix something. That there's this, again, that sort of, I just want things to flow. I just want things to be working in a routine, sort of like minimal effort. When things are running smoothly, things are running like clockwork. It doesn't take a lot of focus, a lot of attention, doesn't take a lot of extra effort. It's kind of like your days are busy enough that you just want this to be a smooth routine. There's no fire energy here. We don't want the conflict. We don't want to have to fix this thing, right? It's kind of like there's a noise coming from your engine, so you just sort of turn up the radio and ignore it and just smile and drive, and it's what we want. It is what we want. So we don't have any fire. It makes sense to me. We do have water and water here. Interesting that our the focus of this suspicion, maybe, is a water card. And then, of course, at the end, we have the Six of Cups. There's a chance here that ignoring the problem might actually be the best bet. Because maybe the intuition that we have about somebody, maybe it's not quite accurate, you know? Maybe we're getting sort of the wrong impression of this person. It's just an idea, okay? It's something possibly. Of course, we have our air energy here. And we've got our earth energy here. And the earth energy, I think, is very, very blunt, right? No pun intended. Because it's a 3, right? It's sort of this, it's just the way the group is functioning. And of course, with the 7 of Pentacles, it almost feels like a dysfunction. Feels like something isn't as successful as we want it to be, or as it could be. Okay, and maybe we feel that this person is somehow bringing down the productivity of the group. Whether this is a work thing, a family thing, maybe it's friends, maybe it's romance, maybe this is a business that you own, or it's someplace you're volunteering, or it doesn't matter where it's taking place. This is the energy. So I'm wondering what we're thinking about this person here. Okay? Because again, this is somebody that may be saying all the right things, but you don't quite trust it. It's hard to see through all that water and see what's really inside this person, you know? And it could be that your intuition is sort of telling you, hey, there's something going on here. There's something off about this person, that they might be responsible for some trouble here, you know? And it's sort of interesting that we have this, because we also have this idea of you not wanting to get involved, but yet something sort of pushing you to get involved here, you know? And maybe it is a good idea to not get involved, you know? We've got the Princess of Swords underneath the surface here. And this, I think, is funny, because the Princess of Swords is very curious. Wants to know, wants to get involved, right? Secretly kind of wants to gossip and wants to hear all the good, wants to I don't know, what is it with the tea, the spilling the tea or whatever. Sort of enjoys that a little bit, but on the surface is still kind of just, no, it's still, you know, there's a defensive posture here. Okay, so it's sort of like we're on the surface, we're saying, no, I don't want to get involved. Just leave me alone. Let's everybody get back to work. Let's just do what we need to do, right? And it's kind of saying, like, I don't want this to be an issue. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But then secretly we're like, okay, tell me, you know, tell me all the gossip, right? And so, you know, the Princess of Swords, I feel like we're trying not to get involved, but there's something in us that wants to get involved, that wants to sort of investigate this and wants to know what's going on, that wants a little bit of the excitement. Again, there's no fire cards here. And it feels like, yeah, we don't want the conflict, but there's part of us that kind of wants a little bit of excitement, you know? And we want to know what's going on. It's it breaks up the monotony. You know? I've told the story before about how, you know, not really a story, I guess. It's more of just an anecdote or something. But like being at work and just going through the usual day of work, it's just kind of normal routine days. But then there are those days where the power goes out, you know, at work or something, or there's the machine that breaks down. It's like those are the days that you remember, because something out of the ordinary happens. It's something to break up the monotony. It brings a little bit of excitement. And anytime we get some fire cards, those are moments that you'll remember. You know, so it makes total sense. It's human nature that, yeah, I don't want the conflict, but I also kind of like the excitement, and I like that something is breaking up the monotony here. It's kind of like there's a little mystery going on at work or at school or at home or whatever this is. We don't really want the conflict. We don't want the flow of things to be disrupted, but at the same time, we like a little bit of mystery. We like a little bit of excitement. You know, and that's sort of what we get here. With the adjustment card, in the background. Okay, I feel that this is you're here in an official capacity. Especially these two cards together, it shows that you're sort of, this is either the place that you work, or it's some sort of it's an official thing. It's either you're under contract, or this is your employment, or this is your business, or it's a formal setting. Okay, it's a business kind of thing. I don't think it's really just happening like among your friends, and sort of in your private life. I feel like it's something that's a little bit more official. And I feel that you are there to do a particular job of some, again, I don't know if it's for money, if it's volunteering, or if this, it could be at school, like that sort of official capacity. But the adjustment card is sort of us, trying to even weigh the options in a way, in the sense of, do I get involved? Is it worth me getting involved and trying to figure this out? Or is it better if I just sort of stay on the sidelines or stay in the background? Okay. And this is a choice, that we run up against these kind of choices all the time in life. Do I engage or do I not engage? Do I put myself inside of this situation, or do I just kind of maintain a safe distance? I can watch, but I don't want to get involved, We like to be in the audience at the boxing match, but not very many of us want to get in the ring, And so I think that you've got to evaluate the situation for yourself, and beyond your just sort of Princess of Swords curiosity, I feel that you need to really decide, using your intuition, using your higher discernment, if this is worth you getting involved or not. What are the risks? What are the benefits? I know that we sort of have this a curiosity in this thing, but aside from that, what are the benefits of you getting involved and dealing? Maybe this is something really going on, and you, if you were to sort of get involved with it, that you could help to reestablish the harmony and the tranquility that we see, the delight that we see with the Six of Cups, because this is at the end. This is where things are heading, okay? Is it worth it for you to get involved in this, or is it better for you to sort of stay on the sidelines and let somebody else handle it, right? Maybe it's not your job. Maybe it's not your responsibility. Maybe it's going to suck you into something that, is going to sort of do more harm than good, or it's going to cost more for you personally than the reward actually that, you'll get out of it. So we have to evaluate it. I think this is a big decision for you. The Three of Pentacles up here is, it's kind of, this is part of what we have to weigh in the scales of the adjustment card. The Three of Pentacles is you're understanding the process of change on the material plane. So you're understanding what getting involved in this would mean for you. Okay. You understand that maybe you're creating more work for yourself. Maybe you're putting yourself in a bad position where, you're going to be then looked at more closely, or things are, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good for you, even though you have the best intentions and, you want to restore the peace and the harmony of something. But you have to know what it's going to cost. The Three of Pentacles is a card of work. Right? And in some ways, it's you trying to just focus on, I'm just going to nose to the grindstone. I'm just going to do my work. Right? Then, of course, we have that curiosity. It's like, I'm trying to do my work. I'm trying to do my work, but I really want to know what's going on over there. What are they talking about? And so there's a juxtaposition between these two. Okay? Between you just focusing on your work and turning the radio up in the car, versus I really want to know what that noise is in the engine compartment, and I'm ready to sort of pull over and take a look under the hood. Of course, pulling over is going to you're going to have to stop the car, right? You can't do it while you're driving. So there's going to be a slowdown. Things are going to stop. Your progress is going to kind of stop a little bit. So it's an interesting sort of juxtaposition that we have here. And of course, in the future position, we have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is very interesting because this feels like the institution itself. Okay, this feels like it's either the workplace or the school or the, maybe the person that's in charge of those things. I wonder if this is something going on at school. Maybe this is a situation where you are sort of, you have a suspicion that somebody's cheating on their test and their schoolwork or whatever. Maybe in a personal situation, maybe in a romantic situation or in a marriage. Now, I want to point that out as a possibility because these two cards together sometimes talk about the institution of marriage. Okay, we don't have a lot of water energy, really. We got some here and some here. So it could really be that you're sort of an outsider looking in and thinking, I think they're cheating. And then you sort of weigh the option. Do I say something? Do I get involved? Do I just watch from the sideline? Do I just focus on my work and try to rein in my curious cat here that wants to know the gossip and wants to get involved in this and figure out what's going on? And so that we could be talking about that. Okay. Now, I don't think it's anybody in your personal life. I think it's something that you're sort of on the outside looking in. Maybe you're the friend, and it's kind of like you suspect this is what's going on. Do you say something? Or do you just stay out of it? Do you just focus on your life and your work and your progress? Or do you stop the car and take a look under the hood and figure out what's happening? Is it your business? So we could be talking about that sort of thing too. It depends on where this energy is playing out for you and how it's resonating with you. The Hierophant here is an interesting energy, and I'm honestly not sure what to make of it right now. The Hierophant in this future position is almost a way of saying, look, it's not your business, it's not your place. That whatever's happening in that situation is concerning those people that are in that situation. If it's a relationship, right? It's not really your business. It belongs to them. It's their business. Yeah. But it's your choice, right? Of course, there is no fire energy here. There are no wands. So it doesn't seem to me like you are getting involved. It seems like you want to sort of listen, like you're keeping your ear open because you want to know, like you're, curious. But with the absence of the fire cards, I don't feel that you're actually getting involved here. Okay, we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost anything. It supports the channel, and I appreciate that. I have another channel, Dove and Serpent Bedtime Stories. I try to post 1 or 2 stories per week, so go check that out as well. General energy, 5 of Swords. There's a dilemma. There's a sort of moral or philosophical dilemma here. What do you do? Is it your sort of obligation to say something, to speak up? Let's say you sort of witness somebody cheating on a test, or you notice that there's some infidelity going on in a relationship of your friends or family members or whatever. Or there's something maybe dishonest going on, right? Are you being dishonest by just pretending you don't know, by staying out of it? Or are you kind of meddling too much if you get involved, right? And so we've got a 5 of Swords. We just don't know. Again, with the absence of the fire cards and maybe following that intuition, that High Priestess energy, it might be that we're erring on the side of caution, okay? That we are, that it might be more for you. Now, this is a really sticky kind of subject, that it might be for you morally correct to err on the side of inaction, to err on the side of just, I'm not going to get involved, okay? Because it feels like either way there are There's sort of positive and negative effects either way you go. Right? So if we abstain from action, then at least we're not like actively, making the situation worse or, contributing to the discord or the deterioration of a situation. Yeah. But it's a Five of Swords. What do we do, right? Let's do a Language of Flowers affirmation card. And see, I think when we try to reason it out logically with a Five of Swords, it's not easy. I can think of reasons why you should and why you shouldn't. That doesn't help us decide. The High Priestess, that is helping us decide. The High Priestess is your intuition. The High Priestess is the card of the tarot that shows you how to get to the Empress. On the other side, this is card number 2, card number 3, Empress, right? Shows you how to get to the Empress, your paradise, your best life, your utopia, your success. Okay? It's kind of, it's showing you the way. It's showing you what decision you need to make in order to achieve your very best life. Now, maybe that feels a little selfish, right? Because we're just concerned about ourselves and what we're building in our life. And, but who is to say that if we get involved in this situation, that we would be helping the other person? Or we'd be helping anybody or helping the relationship, right? So it's a very sticky situation. Language of Flowers, courage, be brave, be strong, believe. Okay. All right, that doesn't help us much either, does it? We've got a 7 of Pentacles in the position of the environment. You see that something is not working so well. What do? Do you jump in and try to restore this, right? I mean, there is that sense of sort of, being there for our fellow human beings. And if you see somebody struggling, well, you help them, You see somebody that is sort of being about to get blindsided or is about to have a really bad day. Do you sort of swoop in and get involved, right? It's a natural instinct, I think, to want to help everybody. Especially if it's somebody you care about or somebody you work with or somebody, at school. Let's say it's somebody at school cheating on their test. By ignoring it, letting them do it, and, you're not helping them do it, but you're not telling the teacher on them, right? Are you helping them or are you hindering them by knowing about it and doing nothing, right? Or do you say something, they get kicked out of school? That's not helping them either, right? Then we say, well, it's tough love, Again, I want to point out there are no fire cards here. You're not doing anything yet. And the tarot here is not telling you what to do. And I sure as heck am not telling you what to do. But it does seem as if there is some sort of darkness in the environment. There's something going and you recognize it. You see that there's something's not right. Okay? And, we have an instinct as human beings to want to jump in and help. And very often that's the right thing to do. You see somebody struggling to cross the street or struggling with their groceries or whatever, you jump in, you help them. It's how we can be of service every day. But in a situation like this, what do we do? Yeah. I do know that you've got the Art or Temperance card in the position of what you don't want. When you're over here, we don't want it. When you're over here, it feels like, I don't want the trouble. I don't want to know. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear it. I'm kind of going to pretend I didn't, that I didn't discover this or that I don't have these suspicions. But again, with our Princess of Swords, that we kind of want to know. We have this, this instinct to kind of, to want to be in the know about these things. When we get to the Path of the Serpent, the Temperance card kind of becomes becomes the card we need. It's the pressure cooker that we need, because this isn't really so much about the other people. It's about you. It's about your decisions. It's about how you come to your decisions. It's about how you are tempering yourself. It's about how you are becoming refined through this situation. You're becoming a better version of yourself. This is a situation that Spirit has put you in deliberately to sort of say, okay, let's see how you behave. Let's see how you act. Let's see, let's throw Capricorn in this situation and see how they are molded by this, or strengthened by this, or changed by this situation. Let's see if you grow and learn through this. Yeah. It's a situation that is refining your energy. It's not about it's not about the person cheating on the test. It's not about the infidelity. It's not about anything, right? Somebody stealing from the company or whatever it is. It's not about that. It's about you, right? And it's about how you are growing through this situation. This is going to be one of many situations, So we start to realize that when we get over here. Now, the Six of Cups is the tranquility, the harmony, the peace, the sense of community. Everything's getting back to normal. Everything is really turning out very, very well. This is pleasure. This is harmony. This is tranquility after trouble. Okay? And the 5 here really is your perception of that trouble. There's something going on. This is saying it's all going to be okay. It's all going to work out. It's all going to harmonize. Okay? What your involvement is, what your contribution to this harmony is really up to you. Maybe the mystery card will help us to get a more sort of specific answer. Now, it could be some fire energy showing your involvement and to what degree you're getting involved. It could show the absolute absence of involvement. I don't know what this card's going to be. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's just take a look. The Wheel of Fortune. Doesn't confirm your actions, but it does confirm that this is an intentional situation for you, and I think it is one of many. I think you've been here before. This is a karmic cycle for you. This is a definite, concrete confirmation that this is a learning lesson for you. This is a learning experience. This is a karmic lesson for you. Okay? Have you been in similar situations before? What did you do in those situations, and what were the outcomes? Yeah. Because I feel that Spirit, it's not, like this maybe feels like this is the 10th time I've been in this situation. Why does this keep happening? I feel like it's one situation that's been repeating over and over and over again. Because there's something that you need to, there's some refinement of yourself. There's some lesson that we need to learn here. It's part of your spiritual development. It's not about the test or the person or the infidelity or any of that stuff. It's about you. This is a cycle that you're on. Okay? And I think that it's through this experience that you are, learning the lesson, you're growing. You are evolving spiritually. And I think hopefully this is the time where we learn that lesson and we can get off this merry-go-round. Okay? We can be done with this cycle of karma. This repeating pattern. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Capricorn Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.